And I will allow you guys to see my face. Good morning. Good morning. So, first I'm going to talk about, I'm sure everyone is muted. Yes. Okay, good. So first I'm going to talk about what are some different features on Instagram and what are their purposes. I know I've discussed this before, but I think it's never bad to kind of revisit certain things. So the different features on Instagram and what they are used for, and I'm going to break it all down. And you can kind of apply this to Facebook. I think they're totally different platforms, honestly. I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like a lot of people will go to Facebook for groups. So that's the way that you're going to build your following on Facebook. And Reels, if you have them. Again, I still don't have Reels on Facebook and I am super salty about it. But that is a really good way for you to grow your following right now, is Reels on Facebook, because not a lot of people have that feature. I thought you did get it.
The very next day it was gone.
What? Rude. But people are like, oh, I'm getting like 5 million views on my Reels on Facebook. And I'm like, I am so mad about this. Like, why? I feel attacked, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, why are you doing this to me? Anyways, so if you're not doing Reels on Facebook and you have that option, you are vastly missing out on reaching a large group of people to gain some followers. So anytime any sort of platform releases a new feature, you need to hop on it immediately, because they will push that feature as much as possible because it's new and they want people to use it. Why would they release a new feature if they weren't going to promote it? So use it as much as you can. So to break down the different features on Instagram, your feed, so like your picture, little square, basically your profile, is where you provide niche related value. So this means you're providing value to your audience. You're giving them a reason to stay on your page because you talk about a very specific topic and give them information. It's something that people can continue to go back and see, like, oh, here's information about this. I can click on that post. Oh, here's information about this. I can click on that post because I want to learn more about that. So that's what the feed is for. Your highlights, so those little circles that you see across your page, like I haven't edited mine in a really long time and I need to, and I don't know how often people actually go look at highlights, but I think it's good to have a couple if you can, and you pull highlights from your stories. Highlights kind of showcase what your page is about. So like mine, for instance, says, I think, like faith, 75 hard, because that was something I did, meals, and there's some other things on there too. Your stories is where you build trust and you sell to people. So that's where you talk about your promos. That's where you talk about the things that you're offering. That's where you can talk about your business. That's where you talk about the products that you use every day. That's where you showcase your life. Like yesterday, my dog was whining because my husband was snowmobiling, and I just showed my dog on my bed, and it allows me to connect with other people that have dogs. Even though like my page says nothing about dogs, it kind of helps me connect with other people. They're like, oh, she has dogs and I have dogs. Like that's a common interest that we have. So kind of showcasing the things in your life, your children, what you're doing on a daily basis, that sort of thing. Your DMs, or your messenger direct messages, is what DM stands for, is where you create relationships with people and you sell there as well. So this is where if you follow certain people, you can reply to their stories, and this will pop you directly into their messenger, and it allows you to create a conversation with them that you might not get just by responding to a comment on a post. And sometimes what I'll also do is if someone's commenting on a post of mine, I will sometimes message them and say like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you about this deeper or whatever, especially because if you're providing value on your page about a specific topic, like let's say you share recipes and someone's like, ooh, I love this, it sounds so good. Send them a message instead of just constantly going back and forth in the comments, and say like, hey, I wanted to give you this little tip when you're making this sort of recipe. This is something that you could like substitute, or this is a way that you could do this thing. Or if it's homeschooling, you could say like, oh, like I've wanted to homeschool my kids, but I just don't know where to start. Like instead of continually going back and forth in the comment section, sending them a DMs and they're like, these are some of the resources that helped me get started, blah, blah, blah. People reply to your stories and that goes into direct messages. And that's how you can build relationships with people. Like I'm having a back and forth conversation right now with somebody in my DMs. And this is how we build trust with people. So Reels then is to grow your following. This is the best way for you to grow your following on Instagram. This is the best way, as I just addressed, to grow your following on Facebook. It is the only way to grow your following with that sort of platform on TikTok. So you creating reels within your niche that are relating to people, and that's how you grow your following. Because when people say like, ooh, I like that idea or that concept or that thing that you had to say, and then when they visit your page, they can see that you're continually providing value on that specific topic. So video, which used to be IGTV, and I think now they just shifted it to just IG video. This is how you can teach and serve your people even more in depth. So like if there's a specific topic you want to go more in depth on, this is how you could teach and serve people. If you do like a Facebook Live on Facebook about a specific topic, like for instance, my niche is my relationship with God, and I do like come read the Bible with me on Facebook all the time in my lives, so I can save those, which I haven't done and I should start doing. Save those and you can upload them as video on Instagram. That just allows it for like a longer period of time if people want to sit and listen to long in-depth teachings that are like longer than what reels you can teach through reels or stories. Your bio should tell people why they should follow you or what you're doing to help them or serve them. So I have a whole another video on this topic, but it shouldn't be like mother, driver. I'm trying to think of something else. I don't know. Like, you know how sometimes people have a Bible bio that sounds like it's your Tinder dating profile, like you're just telling people about things, as opposed to like saying, mine I think says like living for God's glory in my life and health and everything in between or something like that. So they know when they read that that's the type of content that I'm going to provide for them. So with that being said, I know I addressed this before I started recording, but I wanted to talk about how do you batch video photos and like different content too. So like for instance, today it snowed in Minnesota. So it is very beautiful outside, fresh white snow, dusting all the trees. So what I did was I went to Pinterest just a little bit ago and I just searched winter IG photos because like my feed isn't so curated as it used to be, because now it's got quotes, it's got carousels, it's got reels on there. But when I am sharing a photo of myself or my family or something along those lines, I want it to look eye-catching, appealing. And because the photo is what's going to draw people into the message that's in the caption. So I will change today. I'll get all pretty after I hop off here and I get the recording up on YouTube. I am going to do my makeup and my hair, and then I'm going to change my outfit like 5 times and go take photos outside. Because as you know, we all lead busy lives, and this doesn't have to be done on a specific day, but whenever you have extra free time, to just batch out a bunch of different photos, change your earrings, change your hat, change your outfit. And we live busy lives. And sometimes like you're going to work and it's dark, you're coming home and it's dark, your kids are busy, you're running all over the place, and you're like, how am I supposed to get a photo of myself up? Like, I look like a bridge troll today. While I think that is important for you to sometimes show those things, I try as much as I can to have curated nice photo every day. Even just change your shirts. Yep. Locations in your house if you are taking photos inside. But it's hard. And again, Target and places like that don't market the day of. They plan out their things, which is why we all come together on Saturdays and do this, because I want to help you feel prepared into your week That also goes with the photos that you're taking. And so you can grab your Thrive, throw it in the snow, take some photos. You can grab just the thing of capsules, take a picture with that. You can take photos with nothing, no Thrive stuff, which I think is important too. If your thing is that you're helping other moms with specific stuff, like go take a couple of photos in the snow or outside or doing things with your kids as much as you can hold their attention for a period of time. But it's just doing all those things. And if you need ideas, Pinterest is like the best resource for you to just search quick ideas. If you're needing like a tips for a carousel that you want to do where it's like 7 things that you should know as a blah, and then you need ideas for a carousel to scroll through, search on Pinterest. Take somebody else's idea, repurpose it with your own experiences, and use that. Like, why are we reinventing the wheel and trying to create all this work for ourselves when other people have resources that we can use and make our own too, or get ideas or inspiration from? Everyone has gained an inspiration from somebody since the beginning of time. So like, why not you? Now let's get into planning for our week. So we are going to start, I'm going to try to slow it down because I know I talk really, really fast sometimes. So Monday, Facebook, we are going to talk about how Thrive has changed one aspect of your health, something that you used to struggle with. Obviously remain within compliance, don't make any super medical claims, but take one specific thing. And again, you want to title the beginning of the post with like, who else has felt this way? Who else can relate? Have you ever experienced this sort of thing? So like, let's say your benefit that you're choosing is sleep. You used to struggle with sleeping before. Like, have you ever laid awake for hours in bed and just had every thought stroll through your mind? That used to be my life too. This is how Thrive has helped me with that. So pick any specific thing, whether that's struggling with managing your appetite, whether that is aches and discomforts, general aches and discomforts that you experience that are now better, whether that is you struggled with your weight, focusing, energy, whatever. Pick a thing that is really important to you and speak on that specific thing. Instagram, we're just going to make it easy, inspire people with a quote. Someone has their hand up. Who has their hand up? Oh, never mind. It went away, I think. Did I put my own hand up?
It was me. Can I just say something really fast?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just wanted to, when I got that email from Jason, I went live in my team page and just reminded folks of how important it is to stay compliant. I know it sucks sometimes because we have a story and we should be able to share it, but unfortunately there's just some laws out there that prevent us from sharing the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help us God. But anyway, so I was showing them different ways or giving them different ways that you can word things. So like one of the biggest things that Thrive has helped me personally with, and it's going to stay in here, is depression, y'all. So instead of saying straight up depression, I say things like Thrive helped me climb out of a deep, dark hole. People are going to know exactly what you're talking about. So just think of different words that you can use to describe it. And I do know that there is something in documents and downloads in our cloud office. Don't quote me on exactly where it is because I don't know, but it does have different ways that you can word certain medical conditions that Thrive has helped you with. That's all.
Thank you. That is so helpful because it's so true. Like we want to stay compliant. We want to be, as I like to say it, you want to be what's ethical. You want to be ethical. Like, obviously we can't cure diseases as much as like it's helped us with lots of things. And it might be certain benefits within the products that have helped you with, you know, anxiety or depression or whatever. But like, you obviously can't come out and say it helped cure my anxiety. You can say that it helped relieve some of the stress that you've experienced within your life. And that might be something that you experienced, but thank you for that tip. That was awesome. I didn't even know that resource was there. So thanks.
You're welcome.
You're the best. Instagram, we're just going to stick with a quote, an inspirational quote. And again, you can repurpose that for Facebook as your second post if you want. Stories, talk in your stories only on one slide. So super fast and quick, as quickly as you can, about why you love your capsule so much. Like, what do they help you do? One slide. I'm challenging you to try to talk about it in 15 seconds or less. It's Tuesday on Facebook. It is auto bonus day on Tuesday. Even if you don't have an auto bonus, you should be talking about it. Usually car payments are like the second or third highest bill in people's households. For me, for instance, it is winter, and it's important for me to have a reliable vehicle within the winter. And I am so grateful that I get my car reimbursed every single month, because I don't know what I would do without that auto bonus every single month. An extra $300 is a lot of money for people, especially nowadays. So if you don't earn your auto bonus, you still should talk about it, how that's an option for other people. Because I always say this, just because you're not there yet doesn't mean that you can shortchange somebody else from getting there. Because if somebody else gets there on your team before you do, guess what? You will get there too. So talk about the auto bonus. It's a feature that we have that is unlike any other company. So that is something to talk about that day. Instagram, we are going to teach. So sharing information to help other people. This can be through a carousel. This can be through a reel. This can be through a video, like however, whatever medium you want to use to teach people something. Stories, talk about the double, triple fast starts. So how are we going to present that to people? There are multiple different ways. There are tons of resources on different pages. I'm not going to go into it because it would be an entire Zoom in itself probably, but whatever way you try to choose to talk about it, don't discredit yourself from the ability to talk about this or making it happen for yourself just because you don't think somebody might have enough money for this. Because I used to do that for so long when I first started. I'm like, there's no way somebody is going to buy X amount of products or whatever, or they're going to do it in this way. The way that I do it is like a rebate. So they get an initial amount of money first, and then they get it, the rest of it when I get my bonus. And there are different ways to talk about this, and people have it on different pages too. But then one time I was like, I'm just going to try and talk about it. Like 3 months for the price of one or whatever, or $100 off, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. And I did it and I earned it. And I was like, well, that was easy. Sometimes we just get inside of our own head and have our own preconceived thoughts of things. And you don't want that to stop you from the potential that it could help somebody get a really large discount. And the example I can think of is Star, where she was like, it was the buy two get one. And she was like, do I offer her the 800 pack? I don't know. And the chick accepted because she actually decided to speak on it. So you never know what somebody's going to do unless you open your mouth and actually talk about it. Wednesday, Facebook, share your before and afters or someone else's from the Ultimate Thriver and talk on that. So the way that I am doing it is I'm obviously sharing my pictures from this last year. But I will be talking about why it is that I'm going to be helping them with the Ultimate Thriver if this is something that they want to do. So what I'm personally doing for my people is I'm just giving them workout and meal ideas. I don't think that everyone has that capability, obviously, but you at least need to offer this to people as an option. They have to maintain an auto ship every single month to be enrolled in the challenge. That is a solidified amount of volume for yourself. And this is a way for people that maybe they need something attached to their progress for them to be accountable. So like for myself, the dangling carrot of the money is something that helps hold me accountable. And some people just want that opportunity. That's a lot of money, you guys, a lot of money. So you need to talk about it. If you don't have your own personal results from a previous Ultimate Thriver, pull them from somebody else. You can share mine if you want. Just ask. Instagram, do a reel. Wednesdays are really good days for reels. So do a reel regarding your topic. Stories, and share that to Facebook if you want, if you have that capability. Stories, what is your favorite patch and why is it your favorite patch? So you can talk about it. You can just show a picture of it with a little blurb, like whatever, talking about your favorite patch and why that is. Thursday on Facebook, how come somebody should trust you to do business with? So you're talking about how you have all these products and like this business opportunity and things like that. Sometimes we need to address people that might be on the fence, or maybe they have other people that are on their timeline that are sharing the same thing or something similar. Why is it that you're trustworthy? So maybe this is you talking about how you send out thank yous. Maybe this is how you talk about how you ask the right questions and only provide a recommendation based on what somebody's needing. Talk about how you're there for them and we have a large community to support them. Whatever it is that you specifically have to offer, sometimes you need to give people that assurance that you're going to take care of them. I can give an example of a post I did. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I don't think I even posted anything yesterday. My day was so insane. The day before was that I'm not here to convince somebody to buy my stuff. Like, I'm not here to convince you, but I am here to share my story. And if you feel like it's a fit, I am absolutely your person to help you out, because I will guide you. I will help you. I will do all the things. So I think sometimes people just want that reassurance that you're just not out there to get them. Instagram, share a photo of yourself and something that helps people get to know you a little bit more. Whether that's you're sharing a specific story that you've gone through, a specific life event that you've gone through, something that's happened to you. I try to always do that on Thursdays if I can. I know that like last week we had talked about that. And Sarah was like, I didn't know what you meant by that. That's what I kind of meant by that. So I try to always, anytime I share a photo of myself, I try to tell a little bit about myself so that people can get to know me, because that builds trust with people. Stories, talk about all 3 steps. Talk about all 3 steps. Speak the words about all 3 steps, why you love them so much. Try to keep it in less than 3 to 4 slides in your stories if you can. You can also, if you're really, nope, I'm just going to say it. You need to talk about your 3 steps. And there's a reason for that. Friday, sample or flex Friday for Facebook. Don't go tagging a bunch of people. You can share your flex Friday with other people and allow them to send their own pictures on there. If you're wanting to demonstrate community with a flex Friday. The reason I say don't tag everyone is because it can severely screw up your algorithm, and then it will just show you more of each other's stuff instead of you actually being able to see people within your feed that are your potentials. So, or sample something simple, call it a holiday pack. Show how you pack up your samples. You can do a live video about it. You can just show like a bunch of products spread out, like however. That's why we're talking about the 3 steps in our stories on the day before, is so that when we're talking about samples, it can be all brought together and it makes sense. Instagram, do another reel. Fridays are fun. People are checked out for the weekend. They want to just come on for something fun. Stories, speak about samples as well. On Saturday, Facebook, let's shout out a fellow Thriver. Whether this is somebody that has guided you, whether this is a friend that you've met, whether this is somebody that has lost a significant amount of weight and you want to highlight that person and tell them how proud of them you are, whatever. This demonstrates community. It shows that you're not the only one thriving. It helps boost other people's confidence that we all sometimes need. And it's just a great way to show that we support other people as well. Instagram, reel or something inspiring, something easy. Saturdays, people are usually distracted, busy with things. They come on for short periods of time, something that's quick, that's not going to allow them to have to read something like a novel, something fast. Stories, speak about the Ultimate Thriver or any promos that are going on Saturday. So if it's free shipping, taking what the company is offering and making it personal, that this is what you're offering to your people. If there isn't a promo, if you have credits available, talk about that. If you are going to throw something in special for people, like whatever specific thing you want to do. So talk about the Ultimate Thriver or any promos. So I'm going to go through the comments to see if there's any questions that people had in the chat. Nope. I know this is usually only about a 30-minute thing, but that is my intention. I don't want to keep people on here for hours on end because we all have busy Saturdays, and I'm going to go take pictures. So if that is all, anyone want to provide any tips? Star, do you have any tips you want to provide?
Oh, yes. Sorry for my little ones. Stop. He's attacking me. So I know at the beginning you were talking about how you search on Pinterest for photo ideas. I also recommend looking on Instagram. Hashtags, guys. Search some hashtags and hashtags that relate to your niche, whatever you call it. And just look through people's feeds like that. That's how I get some of my ideas as well.
Same. I do the same thing. Thursday, Instagram was sharing a photo of yourself and something about you that helps people get to know you a little bit better. So maybe it's a battle you overcame. Maybe it's why it is that you're so passionate about this topic. Maybe it's something that just happened to you in the week that you want to speak on. Whatever, anything that's going to help people trust you more. Let me see the other chat again. I just saw another question. And Monday, ooh, wrong page. Monday is a quote on Instagram, and Facebook is Inspire. Talk about how Thrive has changed one aspect of your health. So a benefit that you really, really, really appreciate about Thrive. Anything else, my loves? No? Well, I hope you all have an incredible Saturday, and I hope this was beneficial for you all. This will be uploaded to YouTube within 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So yeah, have a wonderful day. Love you guys. And run after those promos, please.